A special PlainvilleAthletics.com special event.
Mitch Rizito reporting for PlainvilleAthletics.com with cross-country head coach Sean Berard and junior runner Omar Abdelsame. And we're here today to talk with Omar, who's having a fantastic season. He's came in first in all of his conference races so far. So I just wanted to say congratulations first off, Omar. Basically, talk a little bit about what's attributed to your success this season and what you've done and what work you've put in.
Well, I haven't stopped really training since sophomore year. At the end of I had a fantastic race my last season of sophomore year for what I was back then, and I basically asked coach, I'm like, hey, can we do some kind of do some off-season training? Would that be a good idea? He's like, yeah. And ever since then, I've just consistently been training year-round over the winter and summer, which are pretty hard conditions. So it's really, really helped. And I also had a very good friend last year, Ryan Acey, who was much faster than me at that time. So every day he pushed me and really really motivated me.
So a lot of kids do run a lot during the summer. How many miles did you clock this summer, for your training regimen?
Average, I would say towards the end more like anywhere from 40 to 45
miles
a week.
40 to 45 miles a week. That's a pretty hefty training schedule there. So have you been running since you were a freshman here at Plainville High School?
Not since I was
fall of your freshman year.
Fall of my freshman year. I mean, I wasn't that freshman who just comes in really good. I wasn't that good. I certainly wasn't terrible, but I wasn't where I really am now. I really got into it the summer of my sophomore year. We had very good leaders on the team. Squirrel, say his last name, Nick. We'll call him Squirrel.
Nick Squirrel.
Nick the Squirrel. He really inspired me to get into the sport more and do a lot of off-season training. Yeah.
So basically, you really didn't see yourself as a really great runner until this year. Then this was the first year where you really accelerated to the point where coming in first, and this is a really rough conference. There's a lot of good athletes in this conference. So to come in first in every single conference race is more than a great accomplishment. It's a fantastic accomplishment. So you do think it was this year where you really excelled to that point where you were really on top of your game?
Yeah, I've really been on top of it recently. I've also had a consistent goal over the season to make state opens. So that's what I've really been thinking about. And the conference races, I treat them a lot like those races where I am going to push myself, especially for big meets.
Kind of like regular season, get yourself ready for that, to hopefully make states and then, do well there. So let's bring you in here, Coach Berard. You've seen, you've been the coach since Omar started, back in his freshman year. What, main improvements have you seen? Obviously his work ethic has gone up. He's worked really hard, but what could you say about, where he's come?
I see the off-season training as the biggest attribute for Omar. He came into his sophomore season and he made great improvement between the end of his freshman year and the beginning of his sophomore cross-country season, just from running a little bit between freshman and sophomore year over that summer. And then last winter, sophomore year, he ran with his teammate Ryan Acey just about every day. Any weather, there could be snow on the ground, he'd find a place to run. And they put in the miles, clocking, in the winter it was tough, sometimes 30 to up to 45 miles a week. And when he came out for track last year, he was, that was when I saw the greatest improvement between cross-country of his sophomore year and track of his sophomore year. And then this past summer, he put in some serious miles. And then even this season, just for example, this past week on Tuesday, we came home from a meet. He felt like he didn't push himself hard enough. He did 5 more miles, 3 of those at race pace. So he is putting in the miles more than his teammates. They've all gone home. He's still out here doing more miles.
And I know personally, I'm not a runner, so I can't attest to this. But how do you keep yourself motivated? Because to go out there and run every day. Sometimes you might be tired. You have to go to school first before you come out here and run. What's the main motivation that you have when you get out on this track to just go ahead and run and put everything you got into it?
Well, there's always this guy. this he actually does the practices with me, and he's no slacker. And every day I just always look at my coach and I'm like, and I always just pretend he's that Central kid, pretend he's that Middletown kid. Treat every practice as if it's...
So you guys even got a little coach, runner competition
rivalry
going on, right? A little rivalry here. Because it's funny, before we started this interview, on the way out, I was congratulating Omar on the great season that he's had, and Coach Berard even joked around. He said, "Oh, it's been an okay season, you know. Keep the motivation, right, Coach?"
Yeah, you got to keep him a little humble, right?
Yeah.
No problem keeping Omar humble though. He wants to work. You know, he knows where he's at. He checks other times. He knows where he stacks up against his other competition, and he's got his goals. And it's easy for me to motivate a kid like this that wants to come out here every day and has that goal. That he keeps thinking about every single step he takes. He's reminding himself of the goal. I don't really need to do that. There's some days that I feel like he's actually dragging me along where I'm thinking, can I keep up with Omar today? He's pushing me. I kind of want to stop, but I know, Omar's got his goals. He wants to make the state open. Maybe I got to be out here and do a couple more miles with him, just to make sure that he's getting where he wants to go.
So Omar, what do you have to do to make the state open? Did you already do so, or what are the qualifications?
The qualifications for state open is being top 12 at the Class M meet, which I looked at that my sophomore year. I was like, wow, that's gonna be something I'm gonna do my senior year. It'll be hard. But this year, I've been running times down there. It'll be no easy task to make the state opens. The state opens is not gonna be an easy race.
Well, and look at it this way, even if maybe you don't reach that goal this year, you still have your senior year.
It is cool to be a junior.
Going forward, yeah, when I met you, you said you were a junior, I was like, wow, that's pretty incredible to be first in every single conference race so far as a junior. And how does it really feel when you do come in first and, all that hard work, all that practice, all those miles pay off? It must feel pretty good when you come, you're the first one through the finish line.
It's always a great feeling.
So going forward, Omar, what are your plans maybe for college after you graduate here from Plainville High School? Do you want to run in college? I know the workload goes up even more at the college level. What's your goals basically after high school?
Well, I've always I look at college times a lot of the times, and it's sort of like the same effect when I was a freshman. I was like, wow, I could never be that fast. That's ridiculous. And then I look at some of the athletes, how they were in high school and how they go to college and how they just get way faster. And I would love to be on like a D1 team where everyone on the team is just really nasty.
Everyone's at your level, if not maybe you're being tested by some other really talented runners.
Very competitive.
Now, have you been made captain of the Plainville cross country team yet, or is that something maybe for next year? Or I don't know if you guys do captains.
It's not captain yet.
I
gotta work a little harder.
I make him work hard for you.
I'm sure you're a good motivation to the rest of the guys, though, seeing that you've come in first in every single conference race so far, and they get to basically there's their standard. Their standard is right in front of them. It's not like they have to work. They're comparing to themselves to a runner from a different school or whatever. They have a teammate that is on top pretty much right now. But you gotta stay humble, right, Omar?
Always, never get cocky.
Keep working,
never
right?
get cocky.
Oh well, good luck the rest of the season. Congratulations so far, and Sean Berard, congratulations as well. Mitch Rizito reporting with Omar and Coach Berard here on the track at Plainville High School for PlainvilleAthletics.com. Congratulations, Omar.
This is Blue Devil Country. PlainvilleAthletics.com.